Hola, aquí Leia2187 en un vídeo de Genshin Impact. En el vídeo de hoy voy a reaccionar al programa especial de la versión 5.6. Veremos lo que nos espera en esta versión, porque por lo pronto veo a Albedo, a Venti y a Jin. ¿Será historia en Espina Dragón? Ya veremos lo que nos espera. He leído por ahí que sería Celestia, pero digo yo, no puede ser Celestia ya. Si aún no hemos ido a Esnesnaya. ¿De lo culinario? Anda, mira que se fabrica utensilios de cocina con su poder. El personaje es bonito, hay que decirlo todo. Mira, mira. ¡Anda, Ifa! ¡Y ahora viene la Fontaine! A ver. ¡Ojo, ojo, que dispara! Me he repetido 2 veces el texto. ¡Ojo, le toman la lucha juntos! ¡Van a juzgar a Albedo! ¡Muchas cosas, pero aquí! ¿Qué está pasando? ¡Ojo! ¡Mecha Rey! ¿Eh? ¿Aparece Varka de verdad? ¡Ah, mira las que monas! ¡Ah! Qué gracioso como vuela.
Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.6 special program. I'm Jane Jackson, the voice of Varka, and I have two awesome co-hosts with me today. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
What up, my dudes? My name is Johnny LaQuasto, and I'm the voice of Aoife.
Hey, your turn.
Hello everyone, my name is Emily Cass and I voice Escoffier. I'm so excited to be here.
And I am so excited to be hosting alongside you two today.
Oh, by the way, Emily, I have to say, the way your chibi's tail moves around is so cool.
Oh, actually, it's not a tail. It's a self-adapting movement signal tracking support mech. It's a piece of tech, basically. It helps Escoffier in the kitchen and in combat. It's one of her essential utensils.
Una cola mecánica,
But it
ojo.
looks so much like a tail.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. And considering how it looks, people even call Escoffier a demon chef.
Esto es demoníaca.
That seems a little extreme.
Yeah, I'd say so
Sigo
too,
diciendo
but
que el estilo de Aoife
honestly,
me
I don't
gusta
know much
mucho.
about Escoffier. Can you tell us more about her, Emily?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at her profile. Escoffier wields a cryovision and is a powerful addition to freeze-focused teams, which brings us to one of her talents.
Ooh.
When Escoffier's elemental skill or elemental burst hits an enemy, she can reduce their resistance to
Reduce
hydro
la
and
resistencia a
cryo
hidro y
damage.
crío.
The more hydro and cryo characters in the party, the greater the reduction.
Okay. So it looks like the enemies here aren't actually frozen, but the resistance reduction still takes effect.
Yeah, that's really important. As long as her elemental skill or burst hits an enemy, the reduction takes effect. The enemy
Ah, o sea, que no hay
doesn't need to be
resistencia si no
frozen.
golpeas
That
al
means the
enemigo con la
talent works
elemental o la
opposite with
definitiva.
other unfreezable enemies.
Wow, so it seems like any character that deals hydro or cryo damage can benefit from that talent. I can definitely see her being a powerful support in freeze teams.
True, but Escoffier
Sí.
is not just a support. She can dish out damage as well. With an actual dish.
No way.
Yeah, and when Escoffier unleashes her elemental skill,
Me caché
she
en el
summons
campo
a
de
cooking mech to
batalla.
the field that follows the active character and periodically fires projectiles at nearby enemies, dealing cryo damage.
Oye,
So
pues
with
viene
her ability
bien.
to shred
Es de esos personajes que
resistance,
invocan.
She basically buffs her own damage. In addition, her elemental burst restores HP to the entire party.
Healer crío, chicos. Healer
So
crío.
she can buff the party, dish out damage, and heal. Wow. Sounds like she's pretty versatile.
Yeah, and thanks to a different talent, she has another ability that really showcases her skills as a chef. If you hold her elemental skill, the cooking mech she summons can absorb elemental energy and convert it into a delicious dish.
Whoa, I've never seen a talent like that before.
Okay, so you don't even have to prepare the ingredients yourself? Bro, that's awesome.
Pero me ha hecho
Plus,
gracia.
She can produce several kinds of dishes this way.
Well, that will be so
¿En
fun
serio?
to check out in game.
Totally. So take note of this next piece of news, travelers. In the first half of version 5.6, we'll have event wishes for Escoffier and
Escoffier y Navia en la
A new
primera-
five-star polearm
en la primera
with
mitad,
infinite
chicos.
sense will be featured on the weapon banner. Our new 4-star character.
Oye, su lanza
also
me gusta,
enjoys a great
bonita.
boost on the first half banners.
Aoife, no way, bro.
Aoife también vendrá en la
I
primera
think that's
fase,
my line, but I
chicos.
couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, and another bit of really exciting news is that travelers will get to spend more time with these two in the new version.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Okay, take a look at this clip and you'll see.
Oh, you meant Kukuku and a How. Wow, I feel like those two could argue forever.
Pues sí.
Dude, you don't know the half of it.
Hang in there, bro.
You too, huh? Man, this bro thing is really taking off.
Well, Kukuku is just that infectious. So, travelers met Aoife in the previous version, but since we now have the chance to add him to our parties, want to give us a formal introduction, Johnny?
I thought you'd never ask, Jane. Absolutely. Aoife is an Animo Vision user with a lot of tricks up his sleeve. For example, when faced with aggressive enemies, Aoife can unleash his elemental burst and fire a therapeutic
Es
segment,
sedante.
creating a wind current that pulls in and restrains enemies. Yeah, of course, as Aoife's good bro, Kukuku also helps him out in combat. With Aoife's elemental skill, Kukuku lifts him into the air, giving him an aerial advantage in combat. And while in this state, Aoife can continuously fire tonic shots, which deal Animo damage upon impact and restore HP to the entire party.
Oh, nice. So, what kind of team comps
Bueno,
work best
healer,
with
ya te lo esperabas,
Well,
¿no?
to answer that, we should introduce one of his talents first. When Aoife is in the Night Soul's blessing state, he can use his field medic's vision to increase swirl and electrocharge damage based on the total
Vaya
amount
con el
of Night Soul
médico.
points across the entire party.
Okay, so he works well with characters that can trigger swirl and electrocharged reactions, and characters that can generate Night Soul points. He seems like a really
Ya sabéis,
flexible
chicos,
unit.
con Ifa no hay que jugar
Plus,
dentro
in
ni
areas
geo.
of Natlan's phlogiston mechanics, if your current active character or indwelled Saurian's HP drops below a certain percent, Aoife can consume his own phlogiston to heal them.
Nice, putting those medical skills to use. His kit seems really intuitive, and he helps with exploration. I feel like exploring the sacred volcano will be
En
a
la
lot
parte en la que utiliza el bichejo este para luchar en el aire me recuerda mucho a...
Now, moving on
A
to our
Chaska.
next bit of news, a new boss is coming in version 5.6, the Secret Source Automaton Overseer device. Travelers will
Nuevo
need to
boss,
defeat it
nuevo
to
boss.
obtain ascension materials for Escoffier.
Huh. I feel like we faced something like this before.
That's because this
Sí.
boss has the same origins as the Secret Source Automaton configuration device from version 5.1. Both are pieces of ancient dragon technology.
They almost seem like two parts of one terrifying monster.
Okay, Jane, let's this is where we should wrap this.
Vamos,
part
que la
up.
cosa es así,
Travelers
las dos son
can search
uno,
for their
¿no?
own answers to this in game. Now,
Vale,
let's
vale,
kick
vale.
off the event portion.
Oh, wow. There are Natlan characters in Fontaine? Is it because of a festival or something?
Not a festival. An amusement park organized by Navia and the Spina di Rasula. Auroron and Aoife are there to deliver Natlan produce for the event. But it's not all veggies and good times, unfortunately. Against the backdrop of the festivities, a smuggling case is uncovered, leading Kanich and Risley to cross paths.
A Saurian hunter.
Kiritz también
and a
viene,
peasant
chicos.
woman. Sounds like a fun pairing.
Yeah, right? I actually have a few sneak peeks to share, so let's take a look.
Weird. Why is Ahau cowering behind Kanich? I would have thought he was too proud for that. Oh, wait. It must be because of Fontaine's ban on flying objects.
Exactly. Ahau and Kakuku made the journey all the way to Fontaine and happened to arrive just in time for the ban.
Ugh.
Ahau was able to hide, but Kakuku got scared and flew straight into the Palais Mermonia. Auroron thinks Kakuku will manage to send all of the important documents in the Palais flying around the building.
Oh no, that can't end well. Well, what about Aoife? Isn't he going to come to Kakuku's rescue?
Don't worry, with Nervalet and Risley there, Kakuku's in good hands. Plus, he might even learn a new phrase or two.
Sí,
Check
puede.
it out. Risley managed to teach him one. Anyone want to guess what it is?
Oh, I don't really know what it could be. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Anyway, I wanted to point out there are two dragons in this picture. So, does that mean Nervalet could, like, interpret for Kakuku? You know, dragon to dragon. Oh, I can't wait to see how their interactions go.
Honestly, I can't even picture it, but I just know it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, there's nothing we can say that beats the real thing. So, if you're interested,
Un
be sure
arco.
to check out
Nos
all
van
the
a dar un
shenanigans in the
arco.
game. And trust me, there are a
¿Eh?
lot of them. Always makes me laugh.
Supongo que no
Now,
habrá que
on to the
quejarse, ¿no?
actual
Como
amusement
van
park. Let me
a
give you
darnos
some
un arma
background.
gratis.
It's called the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland, and it's the brainchild of a well-known engineer and film buff, with the Spina di Rasula in charge of the financing, construction, and
Dejar ya
general
las cosas
operations.
genéricas
Oh,
estas, ¿eh?
Paulina's back. Didn't
No
she
me gusta
also
mucho esto.
bankrupt after basing her research on that fake story?
Celebro a los que
I
le
hope
guste
her
lo
investment pays off
de
this
lo
time.
quinográfico esto, pero a mí
Well,
este
if the
evento
traveler agrees to come on
de la
board,
cámara
Lupin
no,
Pauline might
no
be
me
in a
gusta
better
mucho.
position.
Come on board. Why are my fraud alarm bells ringing?
It's not like that. If you don't trust Lupin Pauline, yeah, okay. Her track record isn't great, but at least trust Cheval Moran and the Spina di Rasula.
If you say so.
And how do we make sure we don't run it into the ground?
Well, if the traveler agrees to come on board, Lupin Pauline might be in a better position.
Wait, so this is a management sim? Okay, tell me everything.
Ni que fuera la primera
You
vez.
got it, bro. Travelers will be in charge of operations like upgrading the facilities, expanding the park, and managing the staff. During each business cycle,
Hemos tenido eventos de
travelers will need
gestión,
to allocate
así
their
que
precious funds and action
uno
points
más.
to the most important tasks based on their management needs.
And plus, Navia recruited Master Chef Escoffier to run the park's theme restaurant.
Woo!
The dishes she creates can give you unique management buffs, so don't miss out.
Absolutely. You can also increase your revenue by adding different kinds of attractions. For example, in Eclectic Escapades, visitors can experience unforgettable adventures where they fly through the air or dash underwater at high speeds.
Wow.
Or there's Movie Masterpieces, where you have to use special abilities to reach the end of the stage and seize the treasure. Before launching these attractions, travelers will need to try them out and create a standardized strategy guide for each one, so that visitors understand how to get the most out of the experience.
Nice.
Oh, and travelers can also add an attraction called Mellow Manor, where they can create a cozy retreat for different animals to draw in visitors and increase revenue.
And
Un
travelers
refugio de
can also
animales.
recruit some familiar faces to help run the park. Among the recruits are Fontanian companions and friends from other nations too.
Yeah, that's right. By completing friendly encounters, travelers can learn useful management techniques from their companions. Eventually, these companions will become fixtures at the park and provide even more management support. So, long story short, don't worry too much. You don't have to go it alone.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
And plus, once you get down to business, you'll be rewarded for your efforts.
Ooh, do tell.
Oh, I will. Reach a certain point in the operations and you'll be able to claim all sorts of rewards, including primo gems and a new 4-star bow, Sequence of Solitude.
Awesome! More primo gems to save for your next pull. Which reminds me, we still haven't finished announcing the event.
No, falta la segunda parte.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry to keep you in suspense, travelers. In the second half of version 5.6, we'll have
Que me lo voy a
the
tener que
Specific
saltar
Needs
otra vez.
and the Raiden Shogun.
Nice.
Plus, the Chronicled Wish banner will be returning
¿Qué es
in
esto?
version 5.6. I know a lot of travelers have been waiting for that, so check out.
Banner regional. Me merecerá la pena
And best of luck on your
gastarme
polls.
All
gastarme
right.
deseos aquí.
That was a lot of info, so let's take our first break.
Este-
Here's the second redemption code, travelers.
¿A por cuál voy?
The Windbloom Festival, once a celebration of flowers, now shrouded in unease.
Ojo que atacan Mondstadt. Este personaje.
Why is Albedo on trial? Who is the young man in the courtroom? And is he friend or foe? What tidings does the Dodo communication device bring this time? The answers to these questions and more in the version 5.6 Archon Quest.
Nice voice.
Nice.
Ah, shucks, thanks.
So, we finally make it back to Mondstadt, and Albedo's on trial. I don't even know what to think. But something tells me there's more to this situation than meets the eye.
Well, I've put together some information about the case. Let's go through it and see if we can uncover some new clues. So, here's the deal. Albedo's been accused of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, and the case is being tried in secret. The logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius, Hertha, seems to have compelling evidence against Albedo, so the situation is serious.
I'm sure Hertha is just trying to do her job and uncover the truth. But there has to be some kind of misunderstanding here.
Well, in court, the evidence does the talking. Travelers will have access to Albedo's office on the second floor of headquarters to do their own investigation into the case and hopefully track down some clues.
So I saw Jean, Kaya, and Jula in the courtroom, all members of the Knights of Favonius, which makes sense. But it looked like someone from the church was also there.
Oh, that's Dahlia. He's the deacon of the Church of Favonius, so he works with Barbara, Rosaria, and the other members of the clergy. Dahlia acts as the Herald of Barbados, which is interesting because he's also friends with Venti.
Yeah, very interesting. He sounds like a very important figure then.
Well, speaking of Venti, the Dodo communication device is back in this quest. At some point, Venti needs it to get in touch with Alice. But on the first
Aparecerá Alice.
the line connects to Grandmaster Varka instead. It's only on the second try that he manages to reach.
¿Van a aparecer
Whoa,
Alice y
hold
Varka?
on. You just dropped two major names. Varka has been on an expedition for a long time. Sounds like we finally get to hear how he's doing. As for Alice, we know she's the mother of the most adorable Klee and an elder of the Hexen Circle.
Uy, qué bonito el ajedrez.
Why Venti needs to get in touch with her. Wait, could it be because of the monsters in the city?
Oh, you know what? In Amber's anthology chapter, she did say the number of monsters around Mondstadt has been skyrocketing lately.
Right, and now there are even more monsters in the city. So maybe Venti is reaching out to Alice for help.
I think you two are onto something. And if we take a look at this map, we can see that a lot of our old friends have joined in on the fight to defend Mondstadt.
Wow, this is kind of emotional. Mondstadt was the beginning of everything. It's the place where travelers met their first companions and embarked on this whole journey. And now it's in crisis. Oh, hopefully travelers can do something to stop it.
Oh, they can, but it won't be an easy road. Alice can offer something to help, but travelers will need to pass a trial first and defeat the king and queen on the chessboard.
Anything to defend Mondstadt. I'm sure travelers aren't scared of a little trial.
¿Pero qué ha pasado?
Okay. Then let's take a look at what awaits them.
Parece que hemos entrado al mundo del ajedrez. Me van a hacer luchar con la tabibita. ¡No! He visto agua, fuego
Alice will preside
y
over the first
electricidad,
phase of
¿eh?
the trial. The trial takes place on a chessboard, but the rules of chess don't exactly apply. Look closely and you'll notice some of the pieces on the board can harm the king. Travelers can use that to their advantage to create an opening and dish out damage. But in the second phase, there are no chess pieces to use. Travelers will need to rely on their own strength to emerge victorious.
It looks like there's a different Dodoco presiding over the second phase. One wearing a blue hat. Is that a different mage from the Hexen Circle?
Ooh, I wonder which one.
Well, travelers will have to uncover that for themselves. As for the second phase of the
Pero no
trial,
está golpeando
let
en
me
esta
offer a quick
fase.
piece of advice. The
Pero no
boss
íbamos a
has
jugar
some
solo con el
extremely
tabibito.
powerful attacks, but freeze reactions can help you create an opening.
Maybe jot that one down for later, travelers. So, we know there's murder, an attack on Mondstadt, a Hexen Circle trial, but we have no idea how all of this is connected. Seems like there's a lot for travelers to uncover.
No creo yo que Albedo
You
se
know, if you
haya...
think about it. First, Natlan had a
Haya
crisis
hecho algo
with the
malo,
ley
¿no?
lines that almost ended in death. Then, a similar crisis happened in Liyue, and now Mondstadt is in danger. I can't help but wonder if this is all some kind of terrible omen.
Yeah, but look on the bright side. It's another chance for answers. Maybe we'll uncover new clues about forces we've encountered before, or what we can expect on the road ahead.
Or maybe we'll even get one step closer to the truth of Tevat.
Yeah, and then travelers can give us all the answers.
No vendáis humo, no
Yeah,
vendáis
I think we're gonna
humo.
leave all that hard work to you guys.
All right, okay, well, let's lighten things up and dive into the remaining version 5.6 events.
Yes.
First up on the docket is an event that brings us back to Fontaine, where travelers can test out their tactical brilliance in the new wargame, Operation Damport Simulation.
Dude, nice.
Oh, I know. This wargame comes with all new offensive and defensive gameplay. The key to success is really
Simulacro.
understanding your game pieces.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, for example, is it a melee or ranged attack piece? Can it quickly break through obstacles, or maybe
Me parece una
bypass them
especie de
entirely?
Clash of Clans, ¿no?
Once you feel like you know what you're doing, you can test out your skills in co-op. The actual gameplay is
Oye,
pretty
pues
simple.
es
What
diferente.
this event really tests is strategy. For example, when adjusting your defensive lineup, you can
No
use
soy
the set
especialmente
of your
fan
opponent.
de este
I see a
tipo
button
de
called
juegos,
Defensive
pero
Simulation.
eh,
Looks like we can use it
es
to test out
un
our
minijuego, un
strategy.
evento
That's
diferente
right.
al
And once
habitual.
you set the defensive
Yo
and
lo
offensive
agradezco,
lineup
la
that works
verdad.
best for you, The battle is ready to begin.
Yeah.
And while your opponent tries to break through your defenses, your job is to use your chosen offensive lineup to outmaneuver their strategy. The side that breaks the opposing formation first, or makes greater progress within the time limit, wins.
Okay, so it sounds like it all comes down to strategy. All right, so
Sí,
get
es un minijuego de
tactical,
estrategia por lo que
travelers.
estoy viendo.
Now, if that last event was mostly about brain power, this next one is all about firepower.
Let's go.
Okay, let's take a look at the gameplay. Think this is a simple battle for coins?
Evento de monedas.
Well, think again.
No podía faltar el evento de
Players will have
monedas.
the opportunity to indwell Saurians at certain points. Use their abilities to your advantage, and you might be able to turn the tides in your favor.
This looks so fun. You could just stay in Saurian form the whole time and blast all the other players away.
Oh, if only. The Saurian form only lasts so long. But even in human form, you'll have Natlan character skills at your disposal. So the goal is to collect as many coins as possible to secure victory.
Nice, bro. So, this next event is called Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems. I'm sure at this point in their journey, travelers have gained their fair share of companions and have tested out their skills in a variety of different situations. But maybe there's a character you want to learn more about, like Escoffier, for example. Let's say you want to test out her potential in different team comps. Then, I highly recommend trying out this event.
Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems gives travelers the
Un evento de lucha en el
opportunity
que
to
puedes
study
probar
and test
personajes,
out
¿no?
different team
Viene bien.
compositions. The event is divided into different
O te
levels of
pondrán por
difficulty,
defecto ya
and
ese
there are also
personaje.
challenge buffs to take advantage of, so make sure to take that into account when forming your teams.
Okay.
Travelers can also take a look at the challenge record and see how their friends approached each challenge. Could provide some food for thought.
Nice. Sounds like the perfect excuse to do some experimentation and think outside the box.
Indeed.
All right, moving on to some Genius Invocation TCG updates. First, a new card skin will be added to the card shop, so check it out if you're interested. Travelers can also look forward to new character and
Yo no juego al
action cards
TCG,
added
así
to
que-
regular mode.
Nice. More food for the card sharks.
There are also some major updates to automatic artistry.
So in addition to the character and action card updates, the elemental reaction effects are different.
Yeah, and during the match, there's now a card refresh option as well as mechanisms for character enhancement and replacement, so the gameplay should be even more engaging. Travelers might even be able to come up with some new strategies and surprise their opponents with unexpected moves.
That's right. And finally, the ley line overflow event
Libros.
is returning in version 5.6.
Libros.
So don't miss out.
We won't, and let's take our last break. When we return, we'll talk system optimizations and a cool collab. See you on the other side, travelers.
Bye.
Welcome back, travelers!
Welcome back.
Welcome. Let's jump right into system optimizations. Some travelers provided feedback that the brilliant blessing enhancement process in the Imaginarium Theatre was a bit confusing, which made it difficult to level up strategically and optimize character turn order. So, in the version 5.6 update, the dev team
A ver,
has made the
esta
brilliant
actualización no me parece ni
page a
tan
lot
mal.
more intuitive, which should make it easier for travelers to make strategic level-up decisions.
Nice.
Yeah, and in addition, rewards will be available for completing the star challenges in the new season of the Imaginarium Theater that begins on June 1st.
You know what would be nice? A restart button after the final act. As it stands right now, finishing the final act takes you directly to the credits, right? What if you just missed that last star challenge? That would be such a bummer.
Yeah, the dev team has received that feedback as well, so a restart button is also being added to the new update.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
That should make it easier to get full stars. All right, so this next update addresses another common problem. Travelers have probably noticed that when you go to raise a character's skills, the skill descriptions can be pretty long and dense.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. It's important for travelers to have all the details. But it's also easy to get bogged down in the weeds, so this is something the dev team has been working on. Starting in version 5.6, the descriptions on the talent and constellation pages for new characters will be optimized to be more concise, so it's easier for travelers to grasp the core information. Of course, travelers who prefer to dive into all the details can always expand the content for a more comprehensive description.
Nice. Sorting through all that information should be a lot faster now.
Totally.
A ver, en teoría
Our
te
next
están
optimization is for the treasure
acortando
compass.
la descripción de los
Travelers provided
talentos
feedback
de
that
los
while
personajes,
attempting to complete
que
Natlan's
viene
warrior
bien.
challenges,
Así
it was difficult to locate where to pick
no
up
te lías
quests.
tanto
So,
con
after the
cuando
version
los lees.
5.6
Y si
update,
tú
the treasure
quieres,
compass can now track those
quieres saber
locations.
más sobre el
Yeah, Kate.
talento,
Warrior challenges
entonces
are
irás a
important
más
because that's how you
detalles.
get obsidian fragments, which you can use to unlock tribal secret spaces, right? It would be nice if the treasure compass could track those too.
It can, and once your exploration progress is high enough, the treasure compass will be able to pinpoint the location of tribal secret spaces as well. Similarly, at a high enough exploration progress, more chests from various nations can also be located using the treasure compass.
Oh, nice. That should really help travelers that are stuck at 99%
A
exploration.
ver, para los que
progress.
vengan ahora, vale,
Weapons
pero
have
yo
also
ya lo
been
tengo
optimized.
todo
Starting in
hecho.
version 5.6, travelers can now
Esto
do
lo pudieran haber
custom
hecho al
wins in
principio,
batches.
también
Oh,
te
that's
digo,
make it a
que
lot
hace varias
easier to start
versiones que
fresh if
está
you're
esta
someone who
opción
really likes to go ham with the
en la
markers.
brújula, lo podrían haber puesto desde el principio.
Well, that wraps up our
Y ahorrarse el
optimizations.
parche
So
ahora,
now it's
también te
time for some
digo.
out-of-game news.
That's right. First, we have some exciting collaboration news to share. Genshin Impact is partnering with the global beauty brand Charlotte Tilbury to launch 2 limited edition sets. So, let's watch the preview trailer for the collaboration.
Perdón, pero es que me ha hecho gracia. Colaboración de productos de belleza con Genshin Impact. Perdón, es que me hace gracia de verdad.
But I have even more news. In addition, Genshin Impact's third Natlan OST album, Radiance of Flame, is coming soon. Yeah. The album contains
En vez de
various
poner una
tracks composed by the
colaboración con
Hoyo
otro
Mixtape
juego,
for the
no.
Collective of Plenty and other regions. So, stay tuned for the drop.
Awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. The music's gonna be so cool.
So
You know it.
beautiful.
Wow.
Okay, let me check my scroll here. Yeah, that's all the information I have about version 5.6.
Anda, chicos, ya llega al
me too.
final.
What about you, Jane?
I am just so excited to uncover more about the Albedo trial mystery and to defeat the new boss on the chessboard.
And I can't wait for you all to meet Escoffier. It's been so much fun working on her, and I just think you're gonna love her.
And to follow that up, Aoife is finally playable, and of course he's gonna have Kukuku right by his side, but the mini-games are always so fun and creative. Oh, just can't
Absolutely.
wait.
Well, that's it for the version 5.6 special program. A new adventure awaits. I hope it brings with it new friendships, new answers, and a whole lot of fun. Well, and with that, all there's left to say is, see you in game, travelers. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
El 30 de abril. Bueno, chicos, esta parte en la de la optimización del busca tesoros, lo siento, la brújula, lo podían haber hecho así desde el principio de Natlan y no lo han hecho así. Lo siento, pero... Y así, viene bien para los que no lo han explorado del todo, los que han empezado a jugar hace poco y van a pasar a Natlan. Sí, les viene bien, desde luego, me alegro por ellos. Pero es que yo he tenido que hacerlo todo sin... Y encontrar las cosas que no han marcado hasta ahora sin la necesidad de la brújula y ahora la van a poner para los demás. Que lo podían haber hecho desde el principio. Puede ser una queja infundada, no digo que no. Pero Que se podían haber ahorrado el trabajo ahora y haberlo hecho antes, también te lo digo. El del teatro de fantasía, no me parece ni tan mal el cambio. Está muy bien, la verdad. Y lo del mapa y de... ¿Dónde está? Lo he perdido. El mapa. Venga, las etiquetas que te pones en el mapa. Bueno, pues eso, que si tienes en una zona muchas etiquetas y las quieres borrar todas de una, lo siento, yo prefiero borrarlas de una en una porque sé lo que quiero borrar y lo que no. Así que, ¿puede servirle a alguien de utilidad? Puede, por supuesto que puede. A mí personalmente, no. Y el de la descripción de los talentos de los personajes y todo eso, que lo van a reducir para que sea más fácil de entender y no sea tan enrevesado, no me parece mal. Si es como lo estoy pensando, no me parece mal. Porque te están poniendo la información más importante en una descripción breve que hará que lo entiendas todo mucho más rápido. Y luego si quieres verlo con más detalle para saber qué es lo que hace el personaje con todo eso, me parece bien que tengan una opción de más detalles y ahí te ponga todo más detallado. Pero en un principio no hace falta todo el testaco aquí. Con que te pongan lo más importante a saber y que sea lo más fácil de entender, yo lo veo bien. Eventos. El de las monedas. Bueno, siempre tiene que estar, ¿no? El TCG. Nunca falla, chicos. TCG nunca falla. Joyovers nunca falla. Siempre tiene que haber algo del TCG. Yo como no juego, creo que... No sé si llegué a subirme todo lo que me tenía que subir del TCG y dejé de jugarlo por eso. Y si no, será que lo que quedaba no era tan importante y por eso lo dejé. No sé. Este evento, pese a que personalmente no me llama este tipo de juegos, porque yo cuando he visto alguno que otro para móvil, sí, he intentado probar, pero es que no me terminan de gustar. No sé. Que ojo, no me parece mal tener algo diferente a lo habitual. Y aunque no sé el estilo de juego que a mí me guste, me parece bien poder hacer esto, que me recuerda un poco al Clash of Clans y todos estos juegos de estrategia. Me gusta. Luego uno que es pues el típico de lucha. Me parece bien. Que la gente siempre quiere eventos de combate. Me parece bien así, si te dan la oportunidad de probar al personaje. Ojo, aunque tú no lo consigas, puedes tenerlo. Aunque sea de manera temporal y solo en el evento. No me parece ni tan mal. Luego la historia que se han montado haciendo que Albedo sea un asesino. ¿Qué ha pasado? No, no puede ser malo. ¿No? No puede, no puede. Luego, ¿dónde está? Esto. En un principio no voy a tirar por ninguno. Esto es el banner regional, ¿verdad? Bueno, si esto va a ser banner regional, All of these can be chosen. Si es banner regional, en teoría, no voy a tirar, porque quiero tener lo máximo posible para skill. Que si me da el Everrunto voy a tirar y este será el que caiga. También te lo digo. Así tendría los hermanos. Aunque también me gustaría tener a este para tener el de equipo Geo, pero en un principio este. Sí, sí. Panel regional, ¿no? Pues eso. Pues eso, en un principio no tengo pensado tirar, pero si me da el Aberrunto y digo, me apetece gastar deseos, que no es lo más conveniente, pero bueno, si digo eso, este será el que caiga. A estos dos ya los tengo, por suerte. Solo me faltan estos. Casi toda Inazuma me falta. Bueno, la cuestión. Luego lo del quinográfico. Si van a hacer un evento de quinografía, no me termina de gustar el evento. Bravo a los que les guste, a mí no me termina de gustar. Y luego pues el de gestión. Bueno, en alguna que otra versión suelen meter algún eventito de gestión, ya sea para el de los perfumes o pociones o cualquier otra cosa. Eso eran eventos de gestión. Tenías que ver cómo va la tienda y encaminarla hacia buen puerto. Pues esto es lo mismo, solo que con un parque de atracciones, ¿no? Pues ya está. No hay mucho... Que vendrá un arma gratis, chicos. Recordad, es un arco. Y poco más que comentar. Eso sí, la gracia que me hace ver a Ifa volando con... colgándose del saurio. Que también te digo. ¿Qué fuerza y resistencia tiene el saurio para ser tan chiquitín, no? ¡Ojo! ¡Ojo, ojo! No voy a tirar por el banner de la chica, aunque el diseño es muy bonito. El diseño es muy bonito. Me gusta bastante el diseño. Pero no voy a tirar por ella. Lo siento. Bueno, chicos, hasta aquí el capítulo de hoy. Y como dijo R2, dadle like, suscribiros al canal si no estáis suscritos y hasta luego.